Carlyle Blackwell was one of the earliest movie stars. He was a star through the end of the silent era, but retired after making just two talkies in 1930. Let's find out why. Carlyle was born in 1884. He made his movie debut in 1910 at Vitagraph in Uncle Tom's Cabin. By 1912, he was a matinee idol / star of shorts at Calum Studios, often starring opposite Alice Joyce. Notable surviving short films at Calum included Dr. Cupid from 1911 and The Colonel's Escape from 1912. His stardom quickly caught on. He was the 16th most money-making star in the United States in 1912. He was the 5th in 1913 and the 9th in 1914. He was particularly popular with the ladies who, according to various sources, wrote him love letters in droves. In 1914, he made his feature-length film debut in Spitfire for Famous Players, which would eventually become Paramount Studios. There, he also co-starred with Mary Pickford in Such a Little Queen the same year. Carlyle was usually the dashing hero, as you've seen in some of these clips, but he was equally adept at playing villains, with one magazine saying, "Versatility was the key to his success." Carlyle continued to be a star throughout the 1910s. Shortly after starring opposite Marion Davies in 1920's The Restless Sex, Carlyle moved to England, where he continued to work as a starring actor, but also a director and a producer. He started Piccadilly Pictures with Michael Balcon, which produced Alfred Hitchcock's 1927 film The Lodger. Notable roles in England in the 1920s included The Beloved Vagabond from 1923 and She from 1925 with Betty Blythe, which is still available to view today. He also made The Wrecker in 1929 before making his last surviving film that I know of, 1929's The Hound of the Baskervilles, where he starred as Sherlock Holmes. Carlyle made two talkies in 1930, both of which he also directed, Bedrock and Beyond the Cities. These would prove to be his last two films ever. He spent the rest of his life acting occasionally on the stage, but otherwise enjoyed a comfortable retirement. Why did this huge star that managed to stay a star from the early days of the movies through the end of the silent era stop working after just starring in two talkies? While I cannot find a concrete answer, I can assume that perhaps his two talkies were not successful. He decided to throw in the towel. After all, he'd been acting pretty much non-stop for 20 years on the screen. Many thanks to Cinephile's Danny Miller for writing such a wonderful web biography of Carlyle Blackwell that proved very useful to my research. Up next, join me as I investigate the silent star Madge Bellamy, who went on to work briefly in the talkies. Thank you. Good night.